Good afternoon, Chair Marcus and Board. My name is Marc Marcantonio, and I'm the General Manager of Yorba Water District in Orange County. My purpose is to inform you of a specific problem with the emergency regulation that, if not rectified, will force me to be in a position to choose between meeting my conservation standard or taking care of public safety or public health. And so I know you've already talked a little bit about wildfires, and while I was probably one of the first to bring that issue forward because of the history that we've had in Yorba. Our GPCD, we feel, is artificially high because it includes the water that is critical in preventing these wildfires. Yorba Water District shares a border with Chino Hills State Park, and because the state does not have a fire break on state property, the tragic 2008 freeway complex fire roared through state property and destroyed 314 homes, wasted in excess of 34 million gallons of Yorba water to put the fire out, and resulted in Yorba Water District being held liable in excess of $69 million because of inverse condemnation. The risk of wildfire in Chino Hills State Park is higher than ever due to this historic drought and hotter weather. Since 2008, we have heavily invested in infrastructure to pump and store additional water for wildfires, and we have followed Orange County Fire Authority's requirements to create and irrigate fuel modification zones. Despite annual occurrences of area wildfires, our efforts have worked. Penalizing our RGPCD conservation goal as a result of public health and safety measures related to wildfire prevention is simply problematic for us. The economic side must also be considered. The freeway complex fire nearly bankrupted our 106-year-old water district. Now, Yorba Water District's inflated conservation goal requires us to take a 36% cut in annual revenue, which equates to $9 million. Homeowners that border wildfire zones willingly pay their own money to irrigate their lands to prevent wildfires. Reducing this irrigation to meet our goal not only puts public health and safety at risk, but also creates a financial hardship to all of our residents at the risk their revenue. I also want to say that the wildfire fuel modification zones are mandated by Orange County Fire Authority, so we deal with them, not state CAL FIRE. And I've provided your staff with a PowerPoint presentation and some information that supports that as well. So we respectfully request your consideration of that. Asking homeowners to just strip their land that is surrounding their house to nothing is not a good solution, and it's counterproductive. I don't think it will help at all. Yorba Water District customers have done a lot to conserve. We have a lot more to do. We plan to do a lot more. We have room to continue to improve, but we've replaced more than 200,000 square feet of turf with artificial turf or hardscape. We've got the center medians in places with all artificial or hardscape. We've done a lot. We've invested in IPR, and we think IPR should be credited. It's hard for me to explain to my customers why a gallon of water that we invest money into to process and make reclaimed gets deducted from our production. But if I take that same gallon of water and spend even more money to process it to an even higher level to make it potable, does not get counted off of our production level. So I think that sends the wrong message to our customers.
That we can probably help you with the explanation of it, because it can make sense. That particular issue does. I just want to, because I'm conscious of how many other people are behind you, can you help me just understand one thing that I'm
Certainly.
Struggling with? And I've been to Yorba many times. Are you saying that your tier that you're in is just because of the fire prevention, because your entire community doesn't border the park? So help me
No, but
understand
a large part does, and the terrain is very rugged and makes things difficult. And I did learn something today that I appreciate. I didn't realize that all non-revenue water gets to reduce our production. We did not report our numbers with that in mind, so our numbers are higher because of that. So we'll make a correction on that. But yes, it does make a big difference. It makes a difference on average of 10 gallons per capita per day if you average that out to our total population.
Oh, so you've broken it, so you actually have calculated it?
Yes, we have calculated it. And also, we've also calculated how much water we store. We've built larger reservoirs, increased our pumps to make sure that we are able to meet the fire danger, because the Santa Ana winds just roar the fires right through there. The freeway complex fire only lasted 8 to 12 hours and it was done, and homes were destroyed. The fear that has left in our public cannot be minimized. And I can't let that fear prevent us from meeting our conservation goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You just helped me understand it.
Okay.
All right, on the list.